Hello and welcome to the Planet Knit podcast. I'm your host. I'm Sarah. You can find me on Ravelry as Silvani, Silvani, or on Instagram as Silvani Knits. And here comes my dog. I have a dog now. So anyway, he just came back from his walk. I have a lot of news, in case you couldn't tell. Kepler, his name's Kepler. Um, so I haven't recorded in forever, and the reason is that related to the announcement I was going to make. So I got a new job. It is in Wisconsin, and so I moved to Wisconsin in January. The apartment complex I moved into did not, well, it provided internet, but the internet was like browsing quality internet and not really like, streaming or uploading quality internet. So I took kind of like a hiatus from podcasting, and I was going to start when they upgraded our internet, which they said they were going to do. And they didn't until Friday, which was October 2nd. So today is October 4th. It is Sunday, and it is 2015, and I haven't podcasted since December of 2014. Sorry. But I have a lot of news. Obviously, when I moved, my apartment allowed pets, so I got a dog. He's a retired racing greyhound, and his name is Kepler. So you saw that. I got him in March. My fiance and I also got engaged in March, so that's news, exciting. I'm sure you all want to see. It's an emerald. So there's that. And last weekend, I got a new car. So, my first car, actually. So I have had a crazy amount of life stuff happening. I know normally I cover that stuff at the end, but I wanted to cover it just to get it out of the way so you guys know, like, okay, yes, it's been 10 months since Sarah recorded, and why is she ignoring us? I know I posted some of that on the Ravelry group. I tried to kind of update people periodically. I know that there was like a span from like April to August where I was like radio silent. And I'm sorry about that. I'm a bad podcaster. But hopefully now, like, new apartment, better lighting, better webcam, like better setup, just overall better life. So hopefully things will kind of go better. And I think that the reason I was kind of sporadic about podcasting too was because I was interviewing a lot last fall. So now that's done. So anyway, how are you guys? You have to let me know on Ravelry. There's a Ravelry group. This is the Planet Knit podcast. You can search that and find it on Ravelry. So kind of crazy. There's a lot of space news going on right now, actually. I'll just talk about that real quick, since this is a space-related and knitting-related podcast. I saw The Martian on Friday night, and it was awesome. I read the book. It was probably one of the best books I've read in a really long time. So I would highly recommend that, and that gets like the seal of approval from like an aerospace engineer. So you can tell your friends like, this is actually pretty accurate. And I think NASA's probably got some articles too about that. So I've seen them posting some stuff. The other thing is that's also Mars related is that my dog wants to be pet. Hi Kepler. Yeah. Anyway, this might get kind of crazy. But anyway, the other thing that's kind of Mars related is that they found evidence of flowing water on Mars. So that's kind of an awesome thing that happened. My dog's like a cat, by the way. He comes over when he wants to be pet. So as long as I'm petting him, he won't get in my face. If I stop petting him, he'll probably get in my face. So I'll continue petting him and talking at the same time. So talented. So the water on Mars thing's pretty cool. So I'm sure there's lots of articles on that. And the other thing is I get to watch Supermoon Total Eclipse. So the supermoon thing, I don't think that like it being a supermoon is that exciting, and it being a total eclipse isn't that exciting. Personally, for me, I've seen a lot of total total eclipses. But I haven't seen very many supermoon total eclipses, so that was kind of cool. So that's what's new in space. Oh, Kepler, you're standing on my whips. What's up with that? This is going to be a fun podcast. Burp. He just had dinner. Sorry. So I guess I can get started with like what's new since I talked to you last, and I would like to like kind of update on. Maybe what this means. Since last time I talked to you guys, I have knit a lot of things since then, and you guys can post stalk me or project stalk me on Ravelry. I'm Silvani on Ravelry. I think I mentioned that. You guys should all be able to find my project page and look at all the awesome things I've knit. If you are like keeping in touch with me, you probably saw a lot of that anyway. So I just probably like to cover some of the things that I did specifically mention in the last podcast that I didn't follow up on. Let's see. So I'll just go into finished objects then. So one of the things I mentioned on the podcast was I was knitting Fenny from the Art Socks book, and I did finish that, and I gave it to my sister, so you don't get to look at it unless you go to my project page. Sorry. The other thing I finished was a test knit. That was like a stripy scarf. Looking at my notes. I didn't even honestly remember knitting that. It was so long ago. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so that's also on my project page because my mom got that one. I knit my fiance Matt a sweater vest, and I asked him if it was clean so I could show it off on the podcast, and it's not because he's been wearing it. So, yeah. What you can see, however, is I finished my temperature scarf, and I finished a bat. And I have those right here. So here is the temperature scarf. This was from 2014, and it used the mean temperature in Oskaloosa, Iowa. And let's see if I can remember which side. Okay. This side's January. Okay, found it. Okay. So, I'm sure I can go correctly. Okay, so where's the end? Here's the end. Okay, and kind of try to go kind of slow. So if you're looking at this, you can kind of see that in the summer it's warm, and then it gets colder, and then in the winter it's cool again. How about that? Sorry. Sarcasm. But anyway, that's kind of what I did over the course of a year. And I still haven't started my 2015 temperature scarf because I am a procrastinator. That's okay though. I'll catch up. It won't be that hard. The other thing that I finished was a bat. I think I'd had like a couple of these from my spindle. Let me hold this still so you can actually see that. No. I've got weird lighting right now. I tried to record during the day while it's light, and then it decided to be gray and cloudy and yucky because it's fall in the Midwest. So I don't know if you can see that very well. Anyway, this is kind of what I'd already done. It's art bat, which I decided because I didn't know what art bats were, to try to spin it really thin and then chain ply it. And it's about a DK weight, I would say. And so this one I decided to do a traditional 3-ply, I think. So this is a traditional 3-ply. If I can get it to look sort of tolerably okay. I even got out my fancy webcam, and it's still not very good. I need to invest, I think. I'm sure my sister has recommendations on it. But yeah, so that's kind of like the difference. This is a different texture. I really wasn't, I wasn't really excited about this project, so it didn't get done for like forever. The main kick in the pants that I got was my friend Amelia, who is the podcaster behind Hops and Hanks, actually like came over to my house and was like, teach me how to spin. And I was like, hey, I have this bat that I really, really hate here. And so she spun a little bit on it, and then I finished it because it was on my wheel and I wanted it off my wheel. So I started it on the spindles. Spindles take forever, so I finished it on my wheel. So that's exciting. The other finished object that I have, and I actually kind of postponed, I wouldn't say postponed podcasting, but like thinking about doing it yesterday morning, and I was thinking about doing this morning, and it's actually about like 5:40 p.m. right now. And I waited because I really wanted to have this done to show off. And I haven't even woven in the ends or blocked it or anything. And my computer fell asleep, which I hope doesn't mean, nope, it's still recording. Okay. I'm new to this, sorry. It's been a while, I'm rusty. Give me some slack, please. Thank you. I hope I'm hearable. I'm trying to speak kind of loudly because I'm kind of far away from the microphone, and I don't know. I guess I'll listen to this afterwards, and if it sucks, then whatever. I'll figure it out. So anyway, I knit these socks, and they're a shop sample, so the yarn is awesome, and it's going to go into this person's store so they can see. If I can kind of, okay, it's a gradient, and the blues just really do not like to show up. This is horrible weather for blues. Can you, oh, that's kind of okay. It's really pink here, and it's not showing up at all. Aww. Maybe if I have a light, like a light gun on this thing, maybe it'll, oh, no, that doesn't help. That makes it worse. Anyway, this is really cool yarn, and I'm going to take a good picture of this, and I'm going to put it on my project page, and so that you can all see how awesomely beautiful this is, and not just see like this blue blob. It's like putting green shirts on green screen. Seriously, this is not justify, like this does not do this justice at all. I'm sorry. Disappoint. Anyway, yeah, so these are really, the reason these are so ridiculously long is because I wanted to use up all the yarn. They're super stretchy, as you can tell, because this is the top of the thing, and I haven't woven in the ends. But anyway, I kind of scrunched it down on this one so you can, I was hoping I could show off the color progression, but apparently that's not happening. The yarn is from Rain's Obsessive Stitchery. It is a twin gradient set, so I've got two socks and they match, which is cool. And then it is the Fred Sock Twins 75-25 superwash merino nylon, 463 yards per 100 grams. It's the Time Vortex colorway. So here's the card, and here's the logo. You can take a note of that. I'll have this in my notes. Anyway, I am disappointed in the lighting right now, but I will just have to live with it. So that's my finished object. I have to weave in the ends, I have to wash those and block them, and then I have to send them in the mail to Rain, who is going to put them in her shop. And hopefully no one will be like, why are these so long? Because there kept being more and more yarn, and I mean, it's a very, very generous kit, so I would highly recommend that. So that's exciting. What else do I have? Okay, so those are my finished objects, or the things that have landed. Next, I'm going to talk about what's in orbit. So what I'm working on. I am working on a lot of things because I am apparently easily distracted. Or I think I have more time than I actually do. So one thing that I've been working on that I've probably shown you guys before is a cardigan, and it is not done, but obviously because I'm talking about it in works in progress, but I have significant progress on that. I think that last time it was just like a raglan, and now I've got all of this. Fantabulous. I've even got part of a sleeve, so that's exciting. Yeah, this is Elsa Dina yarn, and I have no memory of what the colorways are. Talked about it before, it's on my project page, yada yada. But I'm really excited to finish that so I can actually wear it. So what else did I say? I have socks on the needles. As usual, I have socks on the needles. These are the September mystery sock for Sock Knitters Anonymous. It's a Heidi Nick design called Tea Earl Grey Hot, which is a Star Trek reference. If you are watching this podcast, I would hope you would recognize it. And if you're not, then I'm just going to take this opportunity to tell you that you should probably watch Star Trek because it is awesome. So this is my project, and I'm not sure that I'm gonna. Everything's blue right now. It's the weather. It's really great. It's raining now. I think it's even raining now. Oh, I like rain, but not when I'm trying to podcast, apparently. So yeah, I've got beads and it's got cables and it's just really cool. This side has more cables. I am not very far. I have like the leg on one sock. You can see that. The yarn is Babu by Heartside. I don't know, Heartland. I don't know. It's some yarn that I have. I don't know. I'll put it in my notes. Sorry, guys. As you can tell, I'm not really working on it very severely right now. I might work on it after Spinzilla, which I'll talk about later. Spinzilla is kind of a big deal. And today I've just been running around like emptying my bobbins and like doing crap and then like trying to finish those socks. So I've been like running around like a crazy person for the past week or so. And I'm sure I'll be more organized as time goes on. For now, you just have to bear with me. I also have these socks, which is the Neldorf pattern. It was in Knitty forever ago, and this is with my hand spun. So this is kind of cool. Got a cable. It's way brighter orange than is showing up here. I don't know. Maybe if I hold it back here, that's kind of more like what it is. Maybe. Maybe the socks look good back here. Nope, that pink just doesn't show up. It shows up in that nebula, the Trifid Nebula. It shows up in the Trifid Nebula. I don't know why it's not showing up on the yarn. Oh well. Win some and you lose some. So anyway, those are the socks. I've got like a leg done. I was gonna knit it, and then like I got distracted. And then the other thing is I've been doing this knit along with Amelia with the arrow pattern by Sort of a Knitter, aka Josh Ricks, aka I don't know, what else does he go by? He can tell us. So anyway, it's a worsted weight shawl, and I don't think that this is okay. I just started one of the last parts of the section. I'm gonna go up. Oh my god, there's just so much. It's like a schlanky, a shawl blankie. It's huge. I don't know. Good look at it. I'm using the blue, the dark blue, the dark green, the orange are all Malabrigo, and then the this light bright green here is Mad Tosh, and it's worsted weight, so it's like Malabrigo Rios. It's not worsted. Malabrigo worsted is a single ply. I think it's Malabrigo Rios and Mad Tosh Vintage. That's what it is. I knew it was gonna come to me. So anyway, that's kind of like maybe a third of the way done. So I think that's what I've mostly been working on. Yep, that's what I had in my notes. I had done a UFO. Break things here. I had done a UFO spotlight before, and I'd like to keep doing that. But I might run out of UFOs. So I have this one here that is hummingbirds that I showed off on the podcast last time, but I think I've done some work on it. So it's got hummingbirds, and then I worked in this corner here. Can you tell it's cross stitched because of some of the pixels? I don't know. I feel like maybe I need to clean the lens. I can't tell. I'm gonna look into this. I tried using before when I was podcasting. I was using like the webcam on my laptop, and that was okay. But I'm using my better webcam now, and I'm not sure it's really that better. Like when I started looking at it, it looked better, but I don't know. I'm gonna mess around with that, I think. So that's still not finished, obviously. Mostly I just don't cross stitch very much. And I'm gonna try to put this back in this bag. I have a big bag Hate to leave it out because Kepler will step on it. Dog. So that's that. I think I have some needle adjacent projects I can show you guys. What I have written down in my notes is Spinzilla. And yes, I would like to talk to you guys about that. So Spinzilla is basically a week-long thing, and it's kind of see how many yards you can spin, and you're on like a team. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. Basically, you pay $10. The $10 goes to the Needle Arts Mentoring Program, and then you basically see how many yards you can spin. And some teams are lower pressure than others. Like some are like super into it, and then some people spin rogue, which is by themselves and not on a team, and then they do really awesome. Personally, I have a full-time job and other stuff going on, like volunteering stuff, and I probably won't get like as much as other people have. Last year, I think I got like somewhere around 3,000 yards, which is like a little over a mile and a half. I think I got like a mile and 3/4. This year, I'm a little busier. I think that I'll be happy if I get a mile and a half. So basically today I emptied a bunch of bobbins, and now after this podcast I'm probably going to work on like dividing yarn and weighing it out and like getting it ready. So that'll be a thing. I also I can talk about other stuff later. I've got a couple other projects like floating around in my brain space that I wouldn't even say are needle adjacent. And I'm kind of on the fence about how much I want to talk about them because I'm not sure I really know much or whether I'll be doing them even. So maybe I'll just go fast forward into Administrati, and then maybe I'll come back and talk about a little bit more of my like day-to-day life and not like the 5-mile high view. So let's see. I guess I have some podcast spotlight and a product spotlight that I didn't even think about. Sure, let's do that. I think I already talked a little bit about Rain's Obsessive Stitchery. I was going to have that be my product spotlight. And it's really cool, and you should check it out. So I kind of showed off the yarn as best I could. But yeah, she's got some gradient sets for socks. She's got like regular sock yarn. She's got a lot of options actually. So yeah, check that out. A lot of the other indie dyers I've mentioned, I'm hoping that like being featured on my podcast isn't really a kiss of death, which maybe that's vain to think that it might be, but a lot of the ones I've talked about are actually like not selling yarn anymore. Like Tipsy Sheep right now is kind of in the process of not doing things. Like she just said recently that she was on hiatus, and then like she decided that she was going to not make any more yarn. And what hiatus meant before was she was going to keep stocking the existing colors. Now she is not only not developing new stuff, but she's also not going to make any more yarn. So she's just selling what she has. So I guess if you want to go buy some Tipsy Sheep yarn, now's the time to do it. I'm really impressed with sock tails. I've made some socks out of that, and they've worn really amazing. So I'd highly recommend that. What I'm wearing right now, is a Bravura. I've got pictures of it online, but on my project pages. But it's Tipsy Sheep waisted worsted, and is like the squishiest stuff ever. It's superwash, and it's worsted weight, and it's really just really awesome. So if you want to buy some, you probably should soon. I haven't heard any updates on Elsa Dina's situation. Last I heard, she was on hiatus because rats ate her car. I think I posted about that, and I haven't heard any updates. So I don't know. I mean, there are other people that I really like their yarn. So I think in upcoming product spotlights, I will be talking about that. I'm also running out of podcasts to spotlight, mostly because haven't had a lot of time to stream podcasts because of my internet, so I haven't really been up on the up and up with like keeping up with new podcasts or like finding new podcasts. So the only one I've really watched recently is the Stockinette Zombies, who do the Zombie Apocalypse, and that is a really awesome podcast. Like I really enjoy that. I think it's like a slower pace than some of the other ones I listen to, which is good. It's kind of more laid back. And they do some really neat stuff. Like they do really, really cool projects. And one of the things I like about their podcast is they're on their couch and their animals come. Like they have cats, and their cats come and walk around behind them and on them, which is really cute. And then also like they're on their couch, so you can see what they're doing with their hands and stuff. And I think that if I have like good microphoning, that might be something I'd be interested in trying to do. Right now I'm on my couch in my living room, and the window is that way, and right now I'm not getting any light from it, so I'm kind of getting washed out by my. I had to mess with my lamp, and I mean, yeah, logistics is going to be a thing that I'm going to be working on and trying to develop. But I'm really impressed with the way they do it on their podcast, which I think they've been doing it for a while, so they have it down. But anyway, if you want to see a really awesomely professionally like done podcast, I think Stockinette Zombies is up there on the ones that I've seen. I think from here on out, I'd like to combine product spotlights and podcast spotlights because I think they're kind of in the same vein, and I have a lot of products I'd like to review since I went to the Zombie Apocalypse, which is a knitting retreat, in June. And it's in Rochester, Minnesota, and I bought a ton of yarn. And I have a lot of products that I haven't talked about that I bought and have used, and they are awesome. So that's going to be exciting. I think I have some administrative stuff. Do you want to show off your hat? You don't have to. My fiance, he knit a hat. I'm proud of him. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw it. But do you want to show it off? Okay, he doesn't want to be on camera. He says it's okay, no worries. Okay, this is his hat. It's cool. It is the Welted Slouch pattern by Stephen West. Yeah, so he really has more information on this. The yarn is 3 Irish Girls. It's really soft. It's like cashmere. And he knit it, and I'm really proud of him. So, anyway, there's that. I'm putting your hat back over there. Okay. Yeah, and then I think I forgot to mention these socks because I was just talking about the yarn, and I was worried about the not seeing the colorsness of that. But this pattern is Magic Mirror, but I don't think you can really see. Maybe you can. The pattern is Magic Mirror. It's a free pattern. It's on Ravelry. It's on my project page. But since we were talking about patterns, I know I just kind of jumped back to finished objects randomly, but I feel like I must be talking quickly or something because we're kind of short on time. So I guess I'll talk about administrative stuff. Not much there. I was thinking about hosting a knit along for National Knit a Sweater Month, which is November. I will be knitting a sweater. I was thinking about just having it go through December because not very many people can knit a sweater in just 1 month. So I was thinking about like, tell me what you guys think of this. Finish a sweater. It can be a whip. Finish it by the end of 2015. And I'll think about prizes. I'm thinking like if there's like less than 25 entries, I'll have like one pattern or one prize. It'll just be like a pattern download. And then maybe if it's more than that, then I'll throw in like a skein of yarn or something. I'll see. I'll think about it. But tell me your opinions on this and what you guys think would be cool. Yeah. So the other thing that's going on is that Josh Ricks, who is sort of a knitter, who is behind Geometrix Design, is having a mystery knit along. And if you have followed me throughout time, and space, I have knit a lot of his mystery shawls. Probably not the first couple because I didn't know about it, but I've knit like Greek Fire, Urban Survival, Ad Hoc, Glaciation. What? I'm trying to think if there's any other mystery shawls I'm missing. I think that might be, because I know that there are a couple others that he did as mysteries, but that was before my time. So anyway, he's doing one. It's called Stained. It starts October 11th, and I'm doing it definitely. So if you guys want to do it, then you should. And I think that he's having it along in his group for that, so that'll be a thing. But yeah, coffee. So that's kind of my news. This weekend's been kind of crazy. On Friday, they installed our new internet. So I've got like this piece of paper here that says, "We installed your internet. Here's your password," and stuff. Friday night, I was not really impressed with it. I didn't really see any improvement. And Saturday morning, I was really pissed because it was off for like 2 hours in the morning, and I was like, no, now it's worse. This is bad. Oh no, I have all these people counting on me to podcast. So what am I gonna do? It was really terrifying. And so then Saturday afternoon, it started like Saturday morning. I went to the office and I was like, "Are you guys still working on the internet? Can you tell me if there's something new going on? What's going on here? Help!" And they were like, "Oh, well, I don't usually work here. I'm just filling in, but like, I think we're supposed to have a guy come." And then that afternoon it got better and I was relieved. And then today I went and to my local geek ale house, which is awesome. It's called 42 Ale House. And if you're in the Milwaukee area, you gotta go. They have the best juice fruits I've ever had. It's amazing. But I went there and I played board games with my friends, which I have friends now. I know that's kind of like a pathetic thing to be excited about, but in Iowa, I did not really have people to hang out with because everybody there had been friends since kindergarten, and it was very sad. So, yeah, now I'm here and I have like a couple groups of people that I hang out with. I volunteer with Greyhound Pets of America. On Saturday, I went and like helped out because there's a gala this month that's like this huge party and fundraiser thing for Greyhound rescue stuff. So basically, like I've got a coaster here that shows this, probably all hairy, but it shows what I do for the thing. It's GPA Wisconsin, Greyhound Pets of America. Basically, that's who I got Kepler through. He's a retired racer, and he's 2. And he weighs about 80 pounds. So I'm sitting down right now. His nose is like here. So he's a pretty tall dog. He's like 30 some inches tall. But yeah, greyhounds are really great. I really like having one as a pet because like he's kind of laid back. He's kind of like a cat, you know, like he just lays around. He's kind of independent. He's not like up in your face all the time. I mean, this is just my greyhound. Like some other greyhounds are really cuddly. But I think in general they're like really laid back and good pets, and he's really quiet. Like he almost never like barks or anything like that. So and Kepler barks a lot more than normal greyhounds do. So yeah, so he's he didn't hear anything. The most he did over here was burp because he had just had dinner. So anyway, so he's my first dog ever, so that's kind of exciting. And just fleshing out what I said earlier, I got a car last week. The Scion XB. It's one of the last ones they had because they're not going to be making those anymore. So that's kind of a thing. I really like it, and the reason I got it was because it has a little more room than your standard like hatchback. The other one I was kind of looking at was the Kia Soul, but Toyota has like a more reliable name, I think. I mean, maybe Kia is improving. I don't really know. I'm not really a car person, but I really like. I mean, my family is like a huge Toyota family, so we like our Toyotas, and now we all have Toyotas. Like my fiance has a RAV4 from like 2004 or something. And now I have the Scion XB, which Scion is a division of Toyota. My parents have a Corolla RAV4 Sienna, something like that. So, yep. Um, and when I said those three things, they're not the same thing. My parents have three different cars. It's like, so kind of nice, but yeah. So I got the Scion XB because it has more room, and my Greyhound can be in it. And it also, I'm coming from having a minivan, so I have to kind of give up the room. But yeah, so that's kind of my news. Kind of getting back in the groove of podcasting, and I hope that I did okay. I know it's kind of I probably sound kind of frazzled. I literally just came in the door and piled all my yarn into a pile, and I was like, okay, let's do this quick before it gets dark, and it is pretty dark out now. So hopefully I'll get some more sunshine a little bit. I'd like to podcast on weekends because it's gonna get to a point soon here within the next month where I drive to work in the dark and I drive home from work in the dark. So I think that doing it on weeknights probably not gonna be a thing I want to do, unless you guys really like dim podcasts. So yeah. So you guys, let me know what you think of the NaNoWriMo National No Sweater Month next month. Let me know if there's anything you guys want to do for Socktober. I'm always game for knitting socks, but I think it's kind of short notice. Just be like, hey guys, I'm back. Like, let's knit some socks. That might not, I don't know, might not get much participation. But you guys, let me know what you think, and let me know what you've been up to, and let me know if you are like, I couldn't hear you, talk louder, or I can't see a thing you're doing. Please get a flashlight or something. Any feedback's always welcome. So, yeah. Hope you guys have had a great week and that you are getting excited about getting all your hand knits out because it's fall here and it's getting kind of cold. And I guess I'll see you guys next week. And Kepler says goodbye.